This one is hilarious. This story is absolutely hilarious. Did you get a chance to read this article, Steve?
I did not.
Okay.
I saw that we had a whole bunch, and I was so busy trying to get this camera to work right. I didn't get a chance to read anything.
Okay. So, this is an official CVE. So this has been issued an actual ticket and bug report by an unknown PC manufacturer. Okay? The bug is that old laptops will spontaneously die when exposed to Janet Jackson. Okay? That's the title. That's the title. And I went, well, that's really stupid. Like, why? We scroll down.
Janet Jackson doing the exposing.
Yeah. So, certain OEM laptop drives, 5400 RPM laptop drives, singled out by a single OEM PC manufacturer, can allegedly be forced to crash when exposed to Janet Jackson's 1989 Rhythm Nation. It's not just Janet Jackson, it's one song.
Rhythm Nation.
It's Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation. Mm-hmm.
So, this was disclosed by a Microsoft software engineer named Raymond Chen in a blog post last week. And it's actually been issued a CVE. It has a Microsoft bug report, which is just hilarious to me. Anyway, according to Chen, and I'm gonna just read this directly. I'm not gonna riff on this at all, okay? CVE 2022-38392 was originally discovered by, quote, a major PC computer manufacturer. It can affect not just the laptop playing the song, but adjacent laptops from other PC companies as well. So not just the laptop itself playing it through Windows Media Player. If you set another laptop next to it, it could crash that laptop.
So this has to do with acoustics then, or the sound waves.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes. It has to do with the acoustics. The laptops would crash because the hard drives would become unstable because Rhythm Nation used some of the same natural resonant frequencies of the internal hard drives. They were basically hitting the overtones and resonant frequencies, and the platters would rattle.
I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Not making this up.
I mean, yes, they have people who could sing a certain tone and they can make glass shatter, right?
Right.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Same principle.
Same concept. Yeah, same concept.
Right. It's the Nikola Tesla, earthquake machine generator. It's that kind of thing, which MythBusters did do a show on where they took a linear actuator, put it on a bridge, and they could vibrate water 100 yards away. So resonant frequency is a real thing. Could it bring down a bridge? Probably not. At least not on the scale that they were testing. Can you shatter glass? Yes, you can shatter glass.
Oh, you can.
Not just from pressure, but from hitting the resonant frequency where, like the waves of an ocean.
It just hits it just right.
It hits it just right, and it moves more than its crystalline structure will allow it to move, and it shatters.
Well, those disk platters, there's not much wiggle room. There's not much wiggle room on those things. So you get an older hard drives, you get those heads buried in those disks, and that could screw those things up.
Yeah. So I would love to recreate this issue. I want to see this work.
We have to find the exact make and model of the laptop they're talking about.
Right. Either the laptop or the drive or something. And back in those days, by the way, this certain 5400 RPM OEM hard drive as shipped with laptop PCs in approximately 2005. That's as far as you can narrow it down. So, one certain model of 5400 RPM OEM hard drive as shipped with some laptop PCs approximately in 2005.
That's an old hard drive.
Isn't that amazing?
But the fact that there's people still out there using that, a laptop from 2005 that still has these original hard drives in it, and they're rocking it to Janet Jackson. That's how they figured this out.
Zachary says $20. It's a Toshiba.
Yeah. That's probably a good guess. I would say that's a good guess.
Ooh. You know, from the era that it is, it could be Toshiba, because Toshiba was making laptops, and specifically was making laptops with pretty beefy sound systems in them, including like some rocker dials for your volume control on the laptop. Like I dealt with a number of them that had spinning Toshiba OEM drives in it. I very much wonder if it was a Toshiba drive. They were some of the first. HP and Toshiba were some of the first to start putting premium audio systems into their laptops. You know, branding Harman Kardon and Kinfinity and all those. Toshiba was big on that around that 2004 to 2007 era. I think you're onto something.
It could be right, yeah, because it would have to crank out quite a bit of sound to affect not only the laptop itself, but laptops around them. So having like some really decent built-in speakers would probably make sense.
Yeah, Rom says a 2.5-inch 200 gig 5400. My guess for 2005 would be more like an 80 gig SATA. Because laptop drives, they started to approach that level. But I think you'd be pushing that capacity in 2005.
Yeah, 2005 is a little too early for...
Yeah, I would say I don't 40s, 60s, or 80s. Probably something in that range.
Yeah, probably around that range, yeah.
It's a busy news week. I had to share that report because that not the greatest bug report ever made?
And of course, the solution is just don't play Janet Jackson. Just don't.
Right.
Just don't play it anymore.
It's so simple. Stop it.
Come on, guys. Just stop it.